Hello?
I love you.
Hi guys. Hi, how's it going? Okay, the best comic book movie of 2025. During 2025, we got 4 live-action comic book movies. We got The Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, Superman, and Captain America Brave New World. As a whole, I don't think we got any like complete misses. There was no bad movie in particular this year, I feel like, which is great. But anyways, I'm going to be presenting the best comic book movie in live action from 2025 in the process through the process of elimination, okay? Starting with number 4, which goes to Captain America Brave New World. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm pretty sure everyone expected this. Not a single soul in the world thought that this movie was going to be anywhere above the other 3, okay? Like, honestly, it wasn't a bad movie by any means, but it just doesn't compare to the other 3. Captain America Brave New World did a lot of things good and a lot of things bad. The good things that I liked Red Hulk. I liked that Sam Wilson was Captain America, and I liked how he was in the movie. I think he played a good role. The new Falcon was a pretty fun character, and they used that Celestial that we saw all the way back in Eternals, which I'm not gonna lie, I still haven't watched. But they did bring it back, okay? Because I was aware of its existence. But unfortunately, there were a lot of boring and like mediocre parts of the movie. Like, first of all, I mean, Red Hulk was really not in the movie for that long, despite being like the core part of the movie, like of all the trailers and marketing. Like, Red Hulk was the core factor, even though he was, I wouldn't even call him the main villain of the movie. The leader was the main villain of the movie, and he got no marketing, and his design, I'm not gonna lie, was butt. Like, if you put the leader from the comics and the leader from Brave New World side by side, you would never know that they were the same character. Like, they completely butchered that design. And I did see what their original design was, and I'm just gonna be honest, like, that would have been a billion times better. Like, they didn't need to do all that extra stuff. They just needed to give him a 10 head instead of, making his brain bits, pop out from the top of his head, and then, his eye was like popping out. He looked like he got like a really bad case of pink eye. I don't know why they added all that extra stuff. If they would have just gone with the original 10 head design, it would have just been 10 times better. Whoa, double 10 right there. Oh, shut up, what are you talking about? Also, Sidewinder was like a very, like, they had a lot of forgettable villains. The only memorable villain was Red Hulk, and that's really just, it's Red Hulk. Like, you can't, it's pretty hard to mess that up. Like, unless they made him like Smart Hulk, you really can't forget Red Hulk. I mean, he's a pretty cool character. He's a really cool character, actually. I mean, it's Savage Hulk, but he's red, and he's got, like, fire. Like, come on, man. But unfortunately, almost everything else about that movie was forgettable, except for like 3 characters. Now, moving on to the third comic book movie of 2025, we have, you guys are gonna hate me, Superman! Now, please don't kill me, but I have reasoning behind this. Now, I did like Superman, okay? I thought it was a great movie. From just the looks of the film to the characterization of Superman and all the other characters, I loved it, okay? I thought it was great. Crypto was fun. Guy Gardner was funny. Mr. Terrific was cool. Like, they did great, okay, in that aspect. And I really did like the movie. But my gripe with the movie... Oh, and Lex Luthor. How the hell could I forget about him? They had Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor was my favorite character of the movie. But, unfortunately, I just didn't connect with it. Like, usually when I leave a movie theater after watching a movie, I feel connected to that movie, and I leave that movie really wanting to go back and watch it again. But with this movie, I really didn't want to do that, and I had plans to watch it a second time, which those plans didn't happen, but I still had them. Like, James Gunn did an amazing job, and I think he's amazing. Like, he's just an amazing, like, director. Like, in my opinion, I think he's done a great deal of good for the comic book, like, movie scene. He's an amazing director, as I already said. Like, he did great, especially with the Guardians franchise and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 especially. Like, James Gunn is immaculate, okay? And he's going to do great things with the DCU. But unfortunately, for me, I don't feel connected to Superman, like, as a character in general. And honestly, I just wasn't connected to the movie in general. Like, Superman fans, I'm sure they loved the movie, okay? And if I was a Superman fan, I would too. But unfortunately, I'm just not that, so I don't have it high on my list. Now, by process of elimination, we got 2 movies left: Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts. And I have, at number 2, the Fantastic Four. Now, this movie I really liked, okay? I left that theater feeling like, man, I want to watch that movie again. I really liked it. I liked the message of family, which, you know, I don't know, that resonated with me. I mean, it didn't resonate with me, but like, I felt a little more connected to that movie than I did with Superman, if I'm just being honest. But with Fantastic Four, they did an amazing job of characterization. I think they did just as good as Superman when it came to characterization and fixing the old characterizations of the past iterations. Like in a Man of Steel situation, except, you know, with the Fantastic Four is a little bit more beloved by the fans. Like, I feel like they did a better job characterizing the characters, you know, and emulating their comic counterparts. You know, they made Johnny a little bit more of just like a fuck boy, and they kind of gave him like, you know, more of a personality, and they actually gave him a brain. You know, they gave him a whole subplot with him using that big brain of his. I mean, it may not be as big as his other two team members and family members, you know, Sue Storm and Reed Richards, but he still has a brain in there that he can put to use. And beyond Johnny, like, I loved his interactions with everyone. I think Johnny was in my opinion, he was the highlight of that movie. He resonated with me like the most in a way. Like, I really loved how I loved his interactions with Ben a lot, and Sue, and with Reed. Now with Reed, not as much, you know, that one didn't hit me as much, but with Ben, that one I loved, okay? And I honestly, I could watch, it reminded me of No Way Home, where, you know, I left that movie wanting to literally watch hours of like just footage of Tom Spider-Man, Andrew Spider-Man, Toby Spider-Man. Like, I just wanted to watch them conversate for like hours. Like, I could literally watch footage of that. Like, I could watch footage of Ben and Johnny just going at it for forever. And beyond that, I really enjoyed Silver Surfer. I thought she was really cool. In my opinion, she wasn't as cool as Nora Rad, but that's because like I just think Nora Rad's really cool. But I still liked her character, and I think she did an amazing job. She was an amazing character. Galactus was really cool. He felt a little bit like different though, because when I see Galactus and like everywhere else, that dude is like literally a demon. Like, people try to fight him, and then they just like, it just doesn't work. Also, the black hole scene, or neutron star, I don't know, somebody can't make up their damn mind on what it was. Either way, like, that scene was so, like, that scene had me on the edge of my seat, which is why, like, I think I give it the edge over Superman. There were no scenes in Superman where I was at the edge of my seat, like, what the hell is happening? Where that scene in Fantastic Four, I was locked in. And finally, you know, the post-credit scene was really cool too, with Doctor Doom. We finally get to see Doctor Doom. Oh, and another thing, I thought Mo-Man was a pretty, like, cool character. He didn't really do much, but I liked him. And finally, the number one comic book movie of 2025 is the Thunderbolts. And now, I know this might be controversial for some and reasonable for others, but for me, this movie really resonated with me on like a deep emotional level. Like, when I left that movie, I really wish I would have recorded my reaction, like my immediate reaction to it, like I did with Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. But when I left that movie, I was like yearning to go back to that movie and watch it again. Like, I didn't do it, but I really wanted to. Like, I was so like, I couldn't stop thinking about that movie on the way home, and I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did, but like, I really did. I think the lower expectations that I had for the movie is why I like it a lot more than the rest. Like, Superman and Fantastic Four, I had like pretty high expectations for those movies, and I think they met those expectations. But with Thunderbolts, I kind of didn't really have the highest of expectations. I knew I would like it, but I didn't expect me to love it. I thought Bucky was a cool character, but a little bit underwhelming. I thought Yelena played a great lead role. Alexei was really funny. I enjoyed him a lot. Ghost was quite forgettable. U.S. Agent, I liked him a lot. Like, I thought he was a great character. And then Val at the end, I mean, she's interesting, and I really liked how she flipped the switch at the very end. Like, she just used the Thunderbolts immediately as like her new thing. Like, she just used them as her new team. Also, I really loved how they like characterized the Void and made it into a thing where it's like, if you succumb to the Void, like, that's just, the Void is just depression. Like, I loved how they characterized that, because, you know, it shows you how to deal with it, and how they defeated the Void with each other. Like, the only way to defeat something like depression or loneliness or anything like that is you need to be open to other people. You can't push everything away. You have to face your emotions. And that's what I loved about the movie, because it was more than just, you know, a big fight scene at the end, a big CGI fight scene at the end. It felt like a meaningful ending. I also really like that they killed that Taskmaster. Like, no hate to like the actress or anything like that. It's not her fault. But like, bro, Taskmaster just wasn't given Taskmaster. Taskmaster is supposed to be a cool ass mercenary that can emulate the combat skill of everyone he watches. And then we got a Taskmaster that like that didn't feel anything like that. It didn't feel like that. So I'm glad they got rid of Taskmaster, and hopefully, even though it's highly unlikely, I hope that they bring back they bring in the real Taskmaster. Like, I'm trying to see a Taskmaster that is a real deal threat. Like, I want him to pull up on Sam Wilson and they just start boxing, and then, you know, Taskmaster puts Sam on his ass. Like, that's something I want to see. Like, when I seen Ultimate Taskmaster, that dude was a brute. When I was reading the Ultimate comics, when I was reading Ultimate Miles Morales, like, when Taskmaster pulled up, he was crazy, man. And then when I see Taskmaster in the original, you know, Insomniac Spider-Man game, again, he was a demon, and he beat my ass too. Oh, okay. Oh, what the fuck is he? He just... He just did my thing on me. Oh. He's gone. Multiple times during my video, like during my playthrough. Like, he beat my ass a couple times. And I, like, then you see the MCU Taskmaster. It's just like, bro, like, this is what we got. Like, she not kicking no ass. She don't got no aura. Like, I'm glad they got her going. Like, no hate, but like, no hate to the actual actress or anything. But like, I'm sorry, the character you got, and was the way your character was written was trash. So that's just the way it is, man. And then finally, you know, we get to the post-credit scene. You know, we see the Fantastic Four, their little ship coming in. Honestly, that thing was funny. Like, in my thing, there was one dude in my theater. He got real hype when Fantastic Four came on the screen. I didn't know what I was looking at until they showed the logo. But the second the ship pulled up, this dude talking about it's a Fantastic Four. Like, I didn't even, like, honestly, he said it, and I was like, what? What are you talking about? And then and then we saw the four. I was like, oh shoot, it's the Fantastic Four. Look at that guy was talking about. And he was like hyped the whole way out the theater. It was making me happy. I like that a lot. I think that concludes it though. At the end of the day, this is just my list. I mean, everyone's list is going to be different. That's the beauty of humanity. Everyone has a different opinion about everything, except for Nazis. Everybody should hate Nazis. But yeah, that is basically it. I mean, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. We're still on that road to 200. We're almost there. Every sub literally makes my world, makes my day. So I'm gonna see you guys later. Have a nice day. I love you. Chase your dreams. Do whatever you can to make yourself happy. I'm gonna see you guys later. I love you guys. I said that already. I'm gonna go later. Bye bye.